the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay.
What's happening? It's your boy Rebel POC, right? What's up, all my YouTubers out there? I was just showing y'all a little clip, right? Because today we're going to get into conspiracy theories, right? And we're going to get into, hold on, let me turn this little light on right here. If it'll come on. There we go. Alright, shout out to all my new subscribers out there. If you just tuned in, it's your boy Rebel POC. I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification for me. Alright, do that for me. Alright, here we go. So, today we're going to speak on conspiracy theories, right? And the way that a lot of things be true and they put in other information that's not true to confuse you. And it makes you just forget about the whole conspiracy altogether, like, oh, that shit fake. And a lot of us, maybe like 98% of us, it could be a little lower than that, I would say 98% of us do not believe in the things that is actually going on. And I can understand why. Because, man, when you actually hear the things that's happening, it sounds like a horror flick. Literally. It's like crazy. Yeah, so a lot of things that you hear, a lot of things that they call conspiracy theories are actually true. A lot of times they add shit in there to make you confused and to make you think that it's not true. But you got to learn how to read between the lines, as they say. So, do I believe a lot of this shit that, as far as conspiracy theories that has been said? I do. I've been studying this shit since the 90s. And I can tell you that a lot of shit that I've read in the 90s, I've seen come true right before my eyes. William Cooper, he wrote a book in like the 80s, late 80s. Excuse me. I don't know how many of y'all might know what I'm talking about, but William Cooper, he wrote a book in the late 80s, and I advise you to go get it. If you haven't, you could just look it up. William Cooper. He wrote a book maybe like 88, and he was a retired, I want to say, Army vet or Air Force. He was in one of those, and he wrote about everything that he's seen and everything that he learned while he was in the Army or the Air Force. And man, he talked about everything from aliens to the way, the way a family in Europe discovered a way to actually put a monopoly on the whole globe. And he discussed how they went into effect and how they made everything happen. He described everything from McDonald's to Wendy's to Burger King to how come they are who they are and why they got the actual name. And he go into all of this shit, all this Illuminati and all of that. He give you the history behind everything, literally. The history, who killed JFK, he tell you that. Who killed Martin Luther King, he tells you everything. He gets you literally prepared for everything that's going on now. Way back then. Crazy, right? So that's why I say that's where I'm at with conspiracy theories, because I actually been on it for some time. What we're gonna have to do as a group and as worldwide, white, black, Chinese, well, no matter your color, we got to start looking at human. You're human, I'm human. All right? A lot of things that happened this past week, riots in all the countries, a lot of that shit was not, it ain't just happen. It ain't just come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? most of the shit that happened has already been manipulated to happen. Majority of the shit that happened has already been manipulated to happen. From 9/11 to anything that you want to name. School shootings, all of that has been orchestrated. Everything. Going to war with other countries, and all of that has been orchestrated. Trump got in office and fucked up the way that they was ready to orchestrate the next 40 years. He got in office and fucked up everything they had going on. That's why it's so much hatred for Trump. You can't go nowhere without hearing hatred for Trump, no matter the color. Black, white, Chinese, orange, blue, orange, whatever color. Everybody hate Trump. Any type of social media you can get on, you're going to see some type of hate for Trump. It's just automatic now. It's the norm. You can get up in the morning and say, I hope Trump died, and you're going to get 100 likes, 100 shares, etc., etc. When in reality, Trump ain't did nothing. In reality, Trump been setting shit up and trying to get America to a point where it's great. And y'all get confused when he say, oh, make America great. We all do. We all think making America great is, we all think, for one, that you can't make America great because there was no time in history where it was great. But if you know Trump, you can't just go off what he say. You got to understand what he's saying and read between the lines. He's going to make America great, meaning that when all these other motherfuckers was in office, you thought that we was ahead of the world economy, but we wasn't. We was in fucked up contracts. We ain't had no money. We owe everyone, etc., etc. His idea of making America great again was he's going to restore that and put us right back to we actually have something instead of just saying we have it or it's written down. Because everything's written down. Well, we ain't got shit. They say America is the motherfucking over, as far as the world, we the top. We're not. And we haven't been for a long time. So that's what Trump means. He's going to make us great again. He's going to put us back on top as a structure for the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? Between Europe, China, whoever it is, who knows who's really on top? And what's so crazy is you can see something on the news over here in the United States, and you can go to another country and see something on the news that's totally different from what they're saying over here. Over here, they might be saying America's on top in the stock market. They up 1%. But you might go to goddamn China or somewhere, and they say China is up in the stock market 8. And you're like, how we up 1 if they up 8? And yeah. Because they've gotten so out with it that they feel like we're so stupid now that they just put shit in plain sight. They don't even try to do the extra hide no more. They don't do that no more. Ain't no extra hiding. They used to hide under hide. So it'd be a lot of layers of shit. And you had to go through all them layers in order to get to the truth. Now, shit, they do some shit and you just look and see that there's a lie. They'll put some shit on the news and you can just literally go on Google and Google what the fuck they said and you'll see that it's a lie. And you'll sit there and try to figure out, maybe they made a mistake. No, they didn't make no mistake. They've been doing it. JFK told you that. And Donald Trump is telling you the same thing JFK was telling you. The media ain't shit. Don't trust the media. It's been infiltrated. JFK been telling you the same shit. Trump come back and tell you the same shit JFK been telling you. Now, there's no way that I'm advocating to say Trump is, he's our, whatever you want to say. No, I'm just telling you that he's been a way better president than we've had. You see what he did when he came out? He released shit. You know who killed JFK? What they was doing with Martin Luther King? Oh, he released one file and you learned all of that. Why ain't nobody else ever did that? It's been plenty of presidents before him. They could have released the file. That ain't no information you had. That's for us. He was one of us. But Trump ain't had no problem because what? He ain't got nothing to hide. Trump, oh yeah. Trump ready to release all that shit. Let everybody know everything that's going on. He ain't did nothing with none of that. But they gonna hit the news because they control the news. So they can put whatever they want to put on the news. He can't stop that. Only he could just say, y'all news ain't real, y'all news ain't real, y'all keep doing it. But who's gonna listen to that? 89% of the people think that the news, everything the news say, is real. So if you don't believe in conspiracy theories, all my YouTubers, please start listening. Please start doing your research. Please just don't go off what the news said or what you seen on some type of Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Do your own research. Come up with your own. You understand what I'm saying? Now, it's one thing that I've been wanting to get into, and I ain't really getting into it, but I'm gonna get into it right now. That lady that signed to Jay-Z, that I think she was heading one of his companies. I don't know which one. Could be the liquor company, could be the music company, but she was an FBI agent, and maybe not an agent. She was an FBI informant, I believe, and she informed on a couple of motherfuckers. I think her husband's usually it would be she would get married to these big drug cartel motherfuckers, and she would somehow turn the FBI onto him, and they would go to jail, and she never went to jail. So I guess she was kind of like an agent. All right, so of course, everybody's going to go overboard. They go, oh, Jay this, and Jay, he knew she was a snitch. He snitching, and all that, and we're going to do all this. And it's easy to tear down the motherfucker that put the hard work in. It's easy, because we ain't did it. But if you actually think about how much, you don't know how much of the company this lady owned. How would he know? Do you think when he met her and somebody say, hey, oh, you know what? I know a young lady that sold these many albums, and she helped this company go from here to here, and you think that he thought about, did she ever got a charge? You think that he looked at her and said, oh, she probably looked at like a regular lady. It ain't like it was a nigga, or excuse my language, it ain't like it was another dude or something in the street, to where like this was a young woman. He's not thinking that far. He's thinking of what she can do for his company. So he hired her. It ain't a whole lot to that. He hired her. Now you come out years later and say that she did this and that. Cool. But now you expect her to just, oh, you a wreck. You got to go and fire her. How do you know what she's been doing over them years that she's been with that company? She could have 18% stake in the company, a 40% stake in the company. She could have built all these different relationships with these different peoples that help the company. That only relationships that the company will keep is if she's at that company. So he's gonna destroy his whole empire because he found out that she was an FBI informant. He don't sell drugs no more. He's not worried about the FBI. He's not going to destroy his company and everything he's got going on because he found out that she was informant 18 years ago. Some shit that he didn't know. And even if he did want to get away from it, it's not going to just be as easy as, you don't know what type of legal work or whatever they got going on over there. We so quick to pass judgment, right? We waiting to pass judgment on someone who's done something with their life, who've made it about these circumstances that we're in. We want to pass judgment on the motherfucker so quick. Soon we hear it. Oh, he said, soon we hear it. And that's what I'm talking about, these negative ass motherfuckers in this world. It's too many people that's not negative for us to keep having and dealing with this shit. And if you are one of those negative people and you happen to come across this video, you need to tighten up, man. You really need to tighten up.